In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about this Benro Tortoise 34CLV tripod that I got last year. Now, just to be upfront, Benro sent me this tripod last year in exchange for some advertising in my free ebook. Okay, so I'll put a link in the description to my free ebook if you want to check it out. Now, I chose Benro myself. They didn't approach me, actually, because I'd already bought the Benro geared head a couple of years ago. And I made a video comparing that with the Manfrotto one, which I'll stick up here. I purchased this and it's absolutely brilliant. I would never be without it. And because of that, I decided when I wanted a new tripod that I would get a Benro tripod. And so I thought, first of all, I'll approach them with this offer, and if they said no, I would have gone and bought it myself. But thankfully, they said yes. They sent me this tripod and a monopod, which I'll review later. So I can honestly say that I definitely would have bought it, that's for sure. This is a fantastic tripod, and it's a huge game changer for me. It's no ordinary tripod, actually. What's special about it, and what's really useful to me, is it has a leveling head. Like this. Now I'll show you in a minute why that's extremely useful for scenes like this. So I bought this to replace my old Manfrotto tripod, which was an aluminium tripod. And this is not aluminium, this is carbon fibre. The first thing I noticed straight away was how super light it is, unbelievable. The other thing is that it doesn't have the little clip locks that most other ones, certainly the Manfrotto ones I've used before. It has these twist locks. Now, at first, I thought, oh, that's going to, be rough on your hands in the winter, having to tighten this. But actually, it's not, because they're not, you don't actually have to tighten them. They're just a simple twist and a lock, and a twist to unlock. See? Just like that. So, you don't have to raise it like that, because it's not necessary. Simple twist and lock. In fact, if you pull it too much, you'll just spin the rubber. So that's really useful, really quick and easy to open up and close. See? Simple trick lock. Now, the one thing that happened to me, and the one thing I would certainly warn you about, is when you open the bottom one, be careful, because sometimes you twist this. This is what I was doing. Now here, these little feet, the little rubber feet, undo, and you can stick a spike in there if you want to use spikes instead, or you put these on. So that's really great. But one thing I found I was doing at first was when I was twisting this, twisting it back and twisting it, I didn't realize that I was actually undoing this. And at one point in Dorset, I thought I'd actually lost this, and I was hunting all around the grass for it, but then when I got back to the car, I found it in the boot of the car, thankfully. So that's something to be aware of when you do that. The other thing as well is this, that if you do it even slightly, then it becomes loose, and then the tripod's not stable. So always when you undo that, and pull it out, just make double sure that you've got the foot tight, you haven't loosened it. So there you go, very easy, quick and easy to put up. Pull the three like this. There we go. Twist the three together even. Just twist the three, twist them like this to pull it up to full height. Now, this one's pretty tall. I can't remember the exact height of it, but I'll put the specs up here now. So they've come in various heights. Now I chose the tallest one. The reason I chose that is because this one doesn't have a center column, and that is exactly what I wanted. I wanted one without a center column, because my last tripod with a center column, when I tried to put it up, it just came out and everything fell apart, and I was so annoyed. I managed to put it back together, but I daren't use it then. So I wanted one without the center column, and this one is perfect. It has no center column, just a nice little hook here to hang your bag or to hang your camera filters or something like that. And then the leveling head. Okay, so I'm going to show you now why the leveling head is so great. So the geared head's relatively easy to set up. It has the Arca Swiss attachment like most heads, so I can quickly whack this on and turn this around, and I'm ready to go. Now, the reason a leveling head is so useful in a scene like this is because you have a wide scene. It's perfect for stitched panoramics, but the leveling head is also good for another reason. This is the Kamnik Alps in Slovenia. The mountain behind the castle here on the left is Mount Storžič, and that main section of the Kamnik Alps over there has Kočno on the left and Grinzovets in the middle, and right over the far side you've got Ojstrica mountain. So that's the main section, but Storžič is separated from them for some reason. I don't know, maybe they had an argument or something. But basically you've got a wide scene and you've got the potential for a stitched panoramic. So of course for a stitched panoramic you need to keep your head level, so when you're panning around, taking your multiple shots, everything has to be nice and straight. But there's another reason, as I said, why I want the leveling head in a scene like this. And I'll also show you now why the leveling head is so much easier than any ordinary tripod for doing panoramics. Now you can do stitched panoramics on any tripod as long as you've got a good tripod, you make sure it's level, and you've got maybe a special pano head, or I find the geared heads work well with panoramics too. But this is much easier, and I'll show you why now. So with my previous tripod that didn't have a leveling head, and all other tripods essentially, if you want to get the tripod head here level, it's no good just getting this bit level, because when you start to swivel around it will move. So you have to get the head part of the tripod perfectly level. And the old way to do that was to mess around with it. I know you've got to do this and this and check it. It's I personally found it a real pain. And so the leveling head is much easier, because all I need to do is now swivel the head until I get it nice and level. So in that respect it's so much easier. And if I ever move the tripod, it's very quick and easy to readjust. So my old Manfrotto tripod and most other tripods normally have a spirit level in the top here, and or you can buy one that attaches to it. But I always found it a pain, to be honest, because obviously in most cases you've got the tripod set up high, and when you're trying to see if it's level, you always have to get on your tiptoes and look down on that, and even then you could never see it properly. It was a real pain. So I didn't buy one for this. Instead I went to a hardware store and bought this little spirit level for a couple of pounds. Dirt cheap. Now all I do is stick that on there, and now I can level it off perfectly. So I'll show you now. You can see by the spirit level that it's not level as such. So all we need to do now is undo this and just put it like that. Now it's straight this way, and all I need to do now is check here and pull this straight. This is straight. Just readjust this there, like that. And sometimes it takes a little bit, but it's still damn sight easier than. There you go. Now I can see that that is perfectly straight. So now you see how easy that was. Now all I need to do is level up this bit here. So now you can see that that's level. Now when I spin it, if I move it there, it's level. If I move it there, it's level. If I move it there, it's level. So I can now pan between all of these mountains nice and easy. So I can go, let's start first of all, and let's go in close, for a shot of this lovely church, lovely castle, sorry. This is a scene I come and photograph often. I'll put the panorama on, polarizer on, and crack off my first shot. Now, what I can do is easily and quickly pan around, and you'll see I'm straight still. So I don't need to check and muck around to straighten all that. I'm already perfectly straight. And now I've got a shot of those mountains. And I can go in close. Beautiful. Oh, it's come up a bit. And then I can pan around to this composition here. And again, it's straight. And then I can easily just come back again to my castle composition. And shoot that. So you see now how the leveling head is super useful. If I just decided to move it, I can very quickly get my little spirit level out and quickly straighten it all up again. So, as I say, for panoramics, if I wanted to do a stitch panoramic, I could do that. I'm not going to do that in this video, I'm going to do it in a future video. But for now, I'm going to focus on photographing what's happening on these mountains. Wow, there is some amazing light on those mountain peaks. Look at that. Beautiful. The sunset's coming up too, so stick around. Now obviously, when I'm panning back and forth, I just make sure that I don't tilt this side. As long as I don't do that, and I just spin back and forth like this, or up and down, I'm fine. So there you have it. That's why this Benro leveling head tripod is absolutely fantastic in my book, and that's why I love it. So I'm going to stick around here, and we're about maybe 10-15 minutes away from sunset. The colours are already starting to change, hopefully they'll get a bit better, and I'm going to continue shooting some more. And I'll put the rest of them up here later. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, hope you found it useful. I'll put some links down in the description where you can buy the Benro tripod, links to the Benro website too. And subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a like, and catch you later.